This little boy was actually the son of the giant king. Because he was weak and mute at birth, everyone looked down on him, but Jack was determined to become the greatest king. One day, while playing outside the city, Jack suddenly spotted a money-stealing one-eyed goblin. Terrified, Jack tried to run away, but the goblin quickly caught up to him. The goblin demanded to know who he was, but Jack couldn't speak. Strangely enough, the goblin seemed to understand Jack's unspoken words. The goblin brandished a knife and threatened Jack to hand over money, and said if he had no money, he should strip off his clothes. Hearing this, Jack had no choice but to take off his clothes. The goblin told Jack to come back tomorrow wearing something valuable. Jack nodded vigorously. Then he returned to the town. The townspeople laughed at the sight of the prince without clothes, but Jack was delighted because the goblin was the only one who could communicate with him. He longed for a friend. So, every day, Jack would dress up and bring clothes to the goblin. The goblin grew curious about him. One day, after Jack left, the goblin secretly followed him. He wanted to find out who Jack really was. When they entered the town, the people mocked Jack. Even the children teased him. The goblin felt a twinge of guilt. Jack then returned to the palace. It was then that the goblin realized Jack was the prince. Inside the palace, Jack met his